Already in last class discussed about amino acids, characteristic features of amino acids we discussed. Now we see number one. See, there are over 170 amino acids. Amino acids are present. There are about 170 amino acids are occur in cells and tissues. So there are over about 170 amino acids are known to be occur in cells and tissues. Out of these 170, only 20 amino acids are togetherly combined and forms protein chain, protein molecules. Okay, so this is the thing. Only 20 amino acids are togetherly combined and forms protein molecules. That is number one. Next, linkage. Amino acids generally form different kinds of chemical bonds. Among those different chemical compounds, the most important chemical bond is peptide bond. See, amino acid 1, amino acid 2, amino acid 3, amino acid 4, amino acid 5, amino acid 6, amino acid 7, amino acid 8, and so on. See, 1 amino acid, second amino acid, third amino acid, fourth amino acid, fifth amino acid, sixth, seventh, eighth. So like this way, there are number of amino acids togetherly combined and forms different kinds of chemical bonds. Among those chemical bonds, the most important chemical bond is peptide bond. So with the help of peptide bond, all the amino acids are linked and forms protein molecules. 20 amino acids are linked together and forms protein molecule. So here, peptide bond, peptide bond, peptide bond, peptide bond. How peptide bond is formed? Here 2 marks question they will ask. How peptide bond is formed in between amino acids? For that, see peptide bond. See H, NH2 or COOH. It is one amino acid. COOH group of one amino acid. COOH group of one amino acid. When COOH group of one amino acid is reacting with amino group of another amino acid. In between these, it is first amino acid. COOH group of first amino acid is reacted with the NH2 group of second amino acid and forms peptide bond. This is called peptide bond. By removing water molecule, this OH, this H together combined and eliminated as water molecule. Then what is remaining? C double bond O. Then it becomes CO. Here NH. This is called peptide bond. It is called peptide bond. Like this way, number of peptide bonds are formed between amino acids. In between these two, one peptide bond. Here one peptide bond, 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 and so on. In such a way, number of peptide bonds are formed. Those are called polypeptide bonds. Polypeptide bonds. So these many of polypeptide bonds togetherly forms long protein chain. Long polymer of protein. One protein molecule contains naturally occurring 20 amino acids. Naturally occurring 20 amino acids are combined together and forms protein molecules in our body. In such a way, number of protein molecules throughout our life forms. Okay, that is our polypeptide bond. Okay, so this is These equations you may study in chemistry also. Okay. Actually, these no need to write in biology, biomolecules topic. Just for your understanding sake, I am drawing these structures. Okay. Functions of amino acids. Functions of amino acids. First, so see here, amino acids are the building blocks of proteins. Building blocks of proteins. Building blocks of proteins. In our body, all protein molecules are formed from the amino acids. So, amino acids are the building blocks of proteins. Amino acids are converted into biologically active compounds. Biologically active compounds. Amino acids are converted into biologically active compounds. So those biologically active compounds are, see, amino acid thyroxine. See what I am saying here? Amino acids are converted into biologically active compounds. For example, thyroxine, it is amino acid. It converts thyroxine hormone. Adrenaline hormone and melanin hormone. All biologically active compounds which are formed from thyroxine. So third function. Amino acid function third. Another one. See here. Another one, glycine first. Glycine. Another one is glycine. Glycine, it is a amino acid. It helps to form the heme part of hemoglobin. Heme part of hemoglobin. Glycine is an amino acid. It helps to form biologically active compound. That is, heme is a protein part of hemoglobin. Protein part of hemoglobin. Next, tryptophan. Tryptophan, it is one kind of amino acid. Tryptophan, this amino acid helps to form vitamins like nicotinamide. Vitamins like nicotinamide. Nicotinamide, it is a vitamin. Nicotinamide, vitamin is formed by the tryptophan amino acid. Tryptophan amino acid. Next, in plants, plant hormone like enol, 3-acetic acid. Amino acid tryptophan forms vitamin nicotinamide. In plants, plant hormone that is called enol 3-acetic acid. This is also called auxin. Plant hormone auxin. Okay, in such a way, so these are all the amino acids are converted into biologically active molecules. Then, converted into glucose. Amino acids are converted into glucose by removal of amine group. By removal of amine group from the amino acids and carbon chain. Carbon chain. So when is removed carbon chain and amine group from the amino acid, the particular amino acid is converted into glucose. That is the fifth function. Last and final function, sixth function. Here, amino acids are bonds. Biologically active amine compound, that is histamine. Histamine, biologically active compound, that is histamine. By removal of carboxyl group from the amino acids. From the amino acids carboxyl group, when is removed, then biologically active compound histamine is formed. These are all the functions of amino acids. With this explanation, next topic, lipids. Lipids. Lipids, they form heterogeneous group. Heterogeneous group. They form heterogeneous group. Heterogeneous means different. Hetero means different groups. So lipids forms different groups, different kinds of groups. So all the groups are made up of by carbon, oxygen, and hydrogen. Carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. So whatever the groups are formed with the help of lipids, those are all made up of by same compounds, that is carbon, oxygen, and hydrogen. Next, this is the first. Generally, the lipids are nothing but fats. The lipids are insoluble in water. Lipids are insoluble in water, but soluble in organic solvents. Soluble in organic solvents such as alcohol. Lipids are soluble in alcohols. Ether and acid. In these organic solvents, the lipids are soluble, but insoluble in water. Lipids have the number of oxygen atoms in lipids are very small. The number of oxygen atoms are very small in lipids comparatively with carbon atoms. Okay, so the lipids have very few number of oxygen atoms as comparatively carbon atoms. The lipids need X amount of oxygen molecules. Lipids requires or needs large amount of oxygen atoms for their oxidation to release energy. Large number of oxygen atoms for their oxidation to release energy. That means, so for the digestion of lipids, for dissociation of lipids, required excess amount of oxygen. So with the help of huge number of oxygen atoms, lipids are oxidized and releases excess amount of energy. The lipids could be three types. The lipids could be three types. They are simple lipids. Second one is compound lipids. And third one is derived lipids. Derived lipids. The lipids could be simple lipids, compound lipids, derived lipids. So first of all, let us see simple lipids. Simple lipids. The simple lipids could be of simple fatty acids. Fatty acids. See, simple lipids again three types. They could be simple fatty acids. Second one is glycerol, and third one is lipids could be esters. Esters are fatty acids and lipids are three types: simple lipids, compound lipids, and derived lipids. Simple lipids again three types: simple fatty acids. glycerol, and essence of fatty acids and glycerol. So now we will see first simple fatty acids, glycerol and essence of fatty acids. Then our topic lipids. Next, simple fatty acids. Here, simple fatty acid. A simple fatty acid has carboxyl group. A simple fatty acid has carboxyl group, which is attached to R group. Which is attached to R group. The R group could be methyl or ethyl or it has number of carbon compounds, higher number of CH2, 1 to 19 carbon atoms. That is the first statement. A simple fatty acid has carboxyl group. This carboxyl group is attached to R group. In this fatty acid, the R group may be CH3, C2H5 or high number of CH2. It contains 1 to 19 carbon atoms. Okay, so that is the first statement, simple fatty acid. So here, the general formula of simple fatty acid. General formula of simple fatty acid. General formula of it is first point. Second point. General formula of simple fatty acid is RCOOH. RCOOH. So R is alkyl group. R is alkyl group. COOH is acidic group or carboxyl group. That is fatty acid. Okay, the general formula of fatty acid is RCOOH. This RCOOH, R is alkyl group, COOH is functional or carboxyl group and acidic. Okay, that's all. Next, palmitic acid. Palmitic acid. Palmitic acid has 14 carbon atoms. 14 carbon atoms. So the formula is CH3, H2, 14 COOH. That means palmitic acid has 16 carbon atoms. 14, 15. So the palmitic acid, the formula of palmitic acid is CH3 in suffix 14 and COOH. Okay, palmitic acid has 16 carbon atoms. Next, arachidonic acid. Arachidonic acid has 20 carbon atoms. 20 carbon atoms. So CH3, CH2, 18, COOH. This is 18, 19, 20. Arachidonic acid has 20 carbon atoms. Palmitic acid has 60 carbon atoms. Okay, that's all. Generally, the fatty acids could be of two types. Saturated fatty acids, unsaturated fatty acids. Saturated fatty acids. Saturated fatty acids without double bonds between carbon atoms. Unsaturated fatty acids, one or more double bonds between carbon atoms. Those are called saturated and unsaturated fatty acids. Saturated and unsaturated. Saturated fatty acids contains double bond between carbon atoms. Unsaturated fatty acids, see here, without double bonds between carbon atoms. See, saturated fatty acids are without double bonds between carbon atoms. Unsaturated fatty acids, they will have one or more double bonds between carbon atoms. Okay, so this is the explanation about simple fatty acids. Simple fatty acids. Actually, in biology, this much only we learn. Actually, this is also no need. This kind of chemistry also no need. Theory only. Just for your understanding sake, I am saying that. If you write, correct. If you not write also, okay. That's this is simple fatty acids. Next, glycerol. Next one is glycerol. See, a simple liquid could be a simple lipid. Simple lipid could be in glycerol form. Glycerol form. This glycerol is also called trihydroxypropane. 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 A simple lipid. A simple lipid could be in glycerol form. That means a lipid exists in glycerol form. The glycerol is also called trihydroxypropane. CH2OH, CH2OH. Tri, 1, 2, 3. Tri, hydroxypropane. Okay, so glycerol is also called trihydroxypropane. This is the second type. Third one is lipids could be of esters of fatty acids. Lipids could be of esters of fatty acids. Esters of fatty acids. So those esters of fatty acids are here. See. Lipids are fatty acids. Then the fatty acids. When the fatty acids are reacted with alcohol. When the fatty acids are reacted with alcohol. So esters are formed. Esters are formed. See here. This H and this OH are eliminated as water. Then what formed? R, O, C double bond O, R. This is called ester. The ester formula you might have known. R, O, C double bond O, R. See here, R, O, C double bond O, R. This is H and OH eliminated as H2O. Okay, when the fatty acids are simple lipids, this is simple lipid or fatty acid, reacted with alcohol forms esters by removing the water molecules. Okay, see, these are said to be fats or oils. This is esters are fats or oils. Fats or oils, depending upon their boiling point. Depending upon their boiling point. So, depending upon their boiling points, fats acts as oils acts as fats. Okay, so this is called ester. Ester formula is ROC double bond O R. Okay, so this is the second type of simple fatty acid. Simple fatty acids could be simple lipids could be of simple fatty acids. Glycerol, and third one is lipids could be esters of fat. Okay, that's all. So ester, it is an organic compound. Ester is an organic compound. Organic compound means what? Carbon containing compounds. Organic compound containing formed between fatty acids and alcohol. Ester is an organic compound formed between alcohol and ATP. So organic compound means what is the ester? Carbon containing compound. Therefore, ester is called organic compound formed between fatty acids and alcohol. Okay, so lipids are like this way, 3 types. Okay, that's all. Next one. Esters are fats or oils depending upon their boiling point. Okay, so they will act as fats or oils depending upon boiling point. See here, generally these fats are called triglycerides. Triglycerides. Fats are also called triglycerides. Depending upon number of fatty acids are reacted with glycerol. So depending upon number of fatty acids are reacted with glycerol, these fats are divided into three types. Fats are classified into three types. Monoglycerides, diglycerides, diglycerides, and triglycerides. See here. Fats are also called triglycerides. Depending upon number of fatty acids are reacted with glycerol. The fats are called monoglycerides, diglycerides, triglycerides. Monoglycerides. One glycerol reacted with one fatty acid. This is called monoglycerides. Mono means one fatty acid, one glycerol. Diglyceride, one glycerol, and two fatty acids. Two fatty acids are reacted. Then it is called diglycerides. Triglycerides, one glycerol, and three fatty acids are reacted. Then such type of fats are called triglycerides. Okay, so generally fats are oils, waxes, depending upon their boiling point. So in winter, fats. In summer, oils. Waxes, unwanted fat material used as waxing. Okay, that's all. This is the explanation about fats. So fats are again three types, depending upon their number of fatty acids and glycerols are reacted with each other. Okay, that's all. Next one. This entire information related to simple fatty acids. Simple fatty acids. Lipids could be of simple lipids, compound lipids, derived lipids. Simple lipids could be of simple fatty acids. So simple lipids, this entire explanation about simple lipids. Now compound lipids. Compound lipids. So compound lipids are two types. Glycolipids, phospholipids. Glycolipids, phospholipids. Glycolipids are made up by myelin sheath in animal cells. Glycolipids are in animal cells, in animal nervous tissue. The nervous tissue, that is myelin sheath, especially in animal nervous tissue, the myelin sheath is made up by glycolipids. Okay, in animals, nervous tissue of myelin sheath is made up by glycolipids. Phospholipids. So phospholipids are phosphorus phosphorus and phosphorylated. Phosphorus and phosphorylated compounds. Phosphorus, phospholipids. Phosphorus and phospholipid compounds. These two are belongs to the phospholipids. Phospholipids. So these phospholipids are occurring cell membrane of plants and animal tissues. Phospholipids. Phospholipids are two types. Phosphorus and phosphorylated compounds. These two are belongs to these phospholipids. So the phospholipids are normally occur in cell membrane of plants and animals. Example, lecithin. Lecithin. It is a component of plants cell membrane. Lecithin, it is the chemical component of plants. Okay, lecithin. Okay, that is the explanation about compound lipids. Next, third one is derived lipids. Derived lipids, that is cholesterol. Cholesterol. Derived lipid is cholesterol. Present in our regular diet. Okay, this is the explanation about the fats. So actually, more information in studying chemistry, but in biology, this much more. Okay, so this is the explanation about the lipids. Metabolites. Metabolites are the intermediates products of metabolism. Metabolites are intermediates products of metabolism. Products of metabolism. Products of metabolism. Various things of intermediate or metabolic activities are taking place. As a result of those metabolic activities, some products are formed. Those are called metabolites. The term metabolites restricted to small molecules. Small molecules. Small molecules. The term metabolites refers are restricted to small molecules. Which are metabolites are formed from the metabolic activities of the plants. Okay, that's it. So generally here metabolites are two types. Primary metabolites and secondary metabolites. Secondary metabolites. Primary metabolites and secondary metabolites. Primary metabolites. So, primary metabolites. These are the organic compounds, that is carbon containing compounds such as fatty acids, amino acids, nucleic acids, etc. Nucleic acids, proteins, etc. So these are all directly involved in the physiological process of the living organisms. These are primary metabolites are directly involved in the physiological process of the living organisms. That's maybe growth, cell growth, cell growth, cell division, growth, cell growth, cell division, and reproduction. Reproduction. Okay, so those are called primary metabolites.